rational head screwed on straight shipper here again, looking to talk some ratings and production, figure out the trending problems and sources in the show. This will connect to other video topics of mine, and I'll link them in along the way. So let's just get started. Season 1 had an impressive showing, with the pilot showing 5.6 million viewers, although the slow pace dropped viewership to a low of 3.26 million. The average for the season still held at 4.52 million viewers. Season 2 began a little bit lower at 3.93 million at the opening, and hit a low of 2.72 with an average of 3.28. The viewership ultimately maintained relative stability past the first phenomenon of early viewership. Season 3 continued this, holding a high of 3.23 and a low of 2.22, maintaining an average of 2.92. Between these three seasons, averages slid from 4.52 to 3.28, which is expected, but then to 2.92. Recognizing that the show was becoming stale in its current format, Kripke changed the formula when he saw the sheer dynamism that Misha Collins brought to the show, and stated that he would be around for a while. Now let's see why. Season 4 hit with a new surge of 3.96 million viewers at opening, and a still strong viewership, maintaining an average of 3.19 million viewers, increasing from the 2.92 average of the previous season and the enduring slide by 250,000 viewers. It was viewership unseen since the beginning of the show, although slid a bit in Season 5, with a high of 3.4 million and an average of 2.67 million, placing us back closer to Season 3. The biggest viewership hit came from certain offshoot episodes and a few systemic problems we're going to cover later in the video. Even still, the show ended at 2.84 million, above the Season 2 and 3 lows. Now we hit the rough part. Season 6 started meagerly at 2.9 million, most tuning in from the finale of the previous season. The series fell into record lows beneath 2 million viewers repeatedly through the season, with the finale ending at only 2.11 million and an average of less than 2 million. Season 7 fared no better, with the first episode, usually a highlight, barely breaking 2 million at 2.01, and the finale ending us at 1.56 million. So what caused the drastic shift in viewership? We'll cover that in a little bit. For now, let's stay on track so we can have a complete perspective of following seasonal viewership to call on later. Season 8, we had a first-time phenomenon of the weakest episode statistics since the opening, starting us at 1.85 million viewers, but it quickly launched into 2.5 million. The long and short of it is Season 8 recovered to a 2.52 million viewership average. Season 9 continued the viewership bend, initiating at 2.59 million viewers and swelling to an average of 2.81. An average we hadn't seen since Season 3, but still lower than Season 4. Even still, in a series that old, a near doubling of viewership is an impressive feat. Season 10 is where the show waffled a bit, starting strongly at 2.5 million and battling back and forth. This one's going to require its own breakdown discussion, but unfortunately it settled at an average of 2 million, with a record low episode, Dark Dynasty, at 1021, dragging averages down with only 1.45 million viewers. And again, this is something we're going to have to discuss later on here. Despite the struggle of Season 10, Season 11 hit it off with an outstanding high viewership of 3.1 million viewers to begin, with its lowest ratings of 2.46 million being higher than several season averages. This goes unspoken here that the show has not just mended a viewership lead, it's returned to former glories, still ending with a solid 2.99 million viewers and incredible viewership retention. And despite this, Season 12 began at only 2.15 million and only continued to decline. The show rapidly deteriorated into a new record low of 1.3 million viewers, worse than Dark Dynasty, with the season finale, again, usually a catch-all net of viewership, ending at 1.69 million. With average viewership breaking at 1.67 for Season 12, we're in the area of Season 6 and 7 again. So here's our collective spreads and base statistics. I'm going to bundle them off a bit, but we're going to talk producers real quick. Everybody should know Eric Kripke, creator, producer for Seasons 1 to 5, duh. Robert Singer, producer in seasons 1 through 10 and 12 through 13. Keep in mind I'm talking executive producers. There's always going to be a million producers on a project, but the executives lead the charge and control the show as the showrunner. So Robert Singer, seasons 1 through 10 and 12 through 13. Missing season 11. There was Mick G, who was executive producer on and off through seasons 1 through 8. Phil Skrisha, an executive producer seasons 5 through 13. Carver, an executive producer seasons 8 through 12, and a co-producer in 1 through 5, but was originally part of the God Squad, so to call it, as per Carver Edlin, known as Chuck. Now, Adam Glass was an executive producer seasons 8 through 12, and Sarah Gamble through seasons 5 to 7. Kim Manners was executive producer seasons 2 to 4 until his untimely death. Ben Edlin was season 5, writing, directing, and producing in all sorts of different capacities before and a little bit after this. John Chabon only executive produced in season 2. Brad Buckner only hit exec producer for parts of season 12, as did Eugene Ross Lemming. There's a few other single episode executive producers not worth listing here if we're just following this for the sake of trends. All right, so just in case you're not seeing it, I'm going to give you a little bit of a hand here. As you can see, the series maintained relatively strong, aside from typical viewership drops we've already discussed, up and through about season 4. Season 5 hit a bit of a struggle, but it still was well up above and beyond what we endured in season 6 and 7. So that said, what difference and change do we have going on here? Well, there's the fact that Kim Manners had his unfortunate passing and passed the buck over to Gamble. And Gamble tried, and damn if she didn't try. The series maintained strength with Kripke, and I guess you could say to some extent Singer. But here's where we hit the rough spot. Kripke pulled out as a producer in season 5 and maintained some creative capacity on the set as it is his creation. However, at that point, Singer and Gamble took season 6 and 7. Gamble was considerably less vetted in the presence of Singer, who essentially took on being showrunner for the period moving forward. Season 6 and 7 dropped dramatically, and it's only really because of the storytelling style. I've discussed that in 1,000 other videos. Initially, I put some hate on Gamble, feeling her responsibility in it, but as the show continued, we continued to gain more and more examples of why she was not the problem. Season 8, Carver returned as a well-vetted part of the production team, and the show began to drastically recover after its mistakes. He offset Singer on most occasions, except you might say, look at season 10. Well, what happened in season 10? Oh my God, look at season 10. Well, see, the thing is, the first half of season 10 had glorious statistics in its favor. The difference was right here. Singer decided to argue with his entire writing team and co-executive producers in the interest of killing Charlie to once again single-handedly focus on Sam and Dean, the same way he continued to push out Castiel. The early story of season 10 was an intense, emotional, well-written progression of the characters, and then all of a sudden we hit later in the season and we're all over the map again. We're here, we're there, we don't really know. Oh yeah, there's a thing and fate, but that doesn't creep up on us until the last couple episodes of the season again. And that's what Singer does. And it struggled and it hit us hard there because he was still in production until season 11. Do you see what happened in season 11 when he disappeared as on any capacity of production? And then what happened when Carver left and Singer took the charge with, again, less vetted producers? This is simple trends in statistics. And the thing is, if you view interviews with Singer, he has directly stated that there is nothing different in storytelling from when he started in the 70s, when TV was a new invention that really just only then hit the mainstream household. And there are some people who will swallow anything that comes at them in entertainment, but when there are dedicated fans to a long-standing series, They do not want the same empty jump scare garbage, which he has stated the same things work. Watch my Robert Singer rant video. You can take a look and see. It's direct quotes of his actual perspective of his viewership. And it's damaging to the show, and it's been damaging to the show every time he's had the pretty much uncontested reigns. It's painful to watch, actually. And if you view my I Hate Castiel video, he is so stuck in his ways and so out of date that he literally takes the same storyline with different labels, watch I Hate Castiel, and compare season 6 and 12. And suddenly you realize that every problem with Castiel comes down to Singer, that every problem with regurgitated storylines comes down to Singer, and that he does not know how to tell a different story and instead loops this like we're still in 1969 watching Lassie try to save Timmy from falling down the well. And until we can get rid of Singer, and the worst part is knowing he's leading 13 again, and poor Dab is going to catch the same guff Gamble caught. Direct your dislike in the same area, and if we survive season 13 and our viewership supports it through, maybe we can voice an intelligent opinion and have someone else take that floor. We still have Scrisha. We still have Michaels. And yes, we do have Dab, and Dab's been a great author until he's been burdened under Singer. So just review it, take a look, trend statistics. Peace. Intelligence Shipper signing off.